Hey everybody, Mark here, back to talk to you about coffee and toys. More so toys, but also coffee. As a matter of fact, I've actually rebranded the channel. If you look below, it is now called Coffee and Toys. Look for a website, YouTube intro, logos, the whole shebang. That's what I'm working on right now, and what little spare free time I have. But yeah, so I rebranded the channel. Welcome to Coffee and Toys. It is the weekend, and we are going to talk coffee, and we are going to talk about the news this week and anything else I may have seen in the store, purchased, things I'm looking forward to. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, and we will get right into it with, of course, the coffee I'm drinking today. You gotta love it, my hubby cup. I've been drinking out of this, got this right as a wedding gift, so I've been drinking out of this for 3 years now. Folgers Black Silk is what we have in the cup today, and it's not bad. It's kind of a step up from just kind of generic Folgers. It's a little smoother, a dark roast. If you are a person that, unlike me, if you're a person that puts cream and sugar in it, it actually mixes pretty well with this. This is a good base for a cream and sugar. If you're not so much of a, you like coffee because you like the caffeine, but you don't like coffee taste necessarily, so you put your favorite creamer and some sugar in it. This is a good base for that, in my opinion, and my wife would agree. Now, I do only drink black coffee, but it's very smooth. It's a good price point because it doesn't taste like it's been scraped off the bottom of a floor somewhere. A lot better than the previous coffee that I discussed from the Kroger brand. That was a mixed bag, and most of it wasn't good. But cheers to you. And it's actually warm still. So, news of the week, we're just going to jump right into it with news first. And obviously the biggest news in the toy industry this week, it's been said on many channels, many social media platforms, hell must have frozen over because Mattel and Hasbro have joined forces. And they are going to collaborate on various lines, Barbie, Transformers, Star Wars maybe, I don't know. But they have made the announcement and it is going to happen. Wow, just that's crazy to even think about because you've got number one and number two, Hasbro and Mattel respectively, willing to cut a deal to bring products, across to the other brands and the other company, and that's just wild because I've been seeing silly photoshops of things like, a Skeletor Megatron Transformer and who knows what kind of crazy stuff they're going to come up with. I think it could be a win for the fandom if you have a particular property you like to see it in a different sort of light. Trying to think of a good example. Obviously, Barbie can now become a Transformer or, I don't know. I can't even imagine that. It's so weird in my head. I guess the big thing is, you could do Barbie in the style of, Princess / General Leia. You could do Ken as Luke Skywalker, things like that. I don't know. But that's a small subset of it. Obviously, the brands from Mattel, Barbie, Masters of the Universe. Sorry, I spaced there for a second. And then, colliding with G.I. Joe, Transformers, it's just crazy to think about. So yeah, the announcement was made this week, and that's just huge news. What do you guys think of it? Is that something you're looking forward to? Do you think it's just what do you think about it? Is there more to it than that? Are these two companies maybe talking about, if this collab works well, does one buy the other one out one day? Who knows? Can you imagine that, having a monopoly on the toy business? That'd be crazy. Maybe not necessarily good. Generally, when companies get to that monopoly stage, things go bad. But again, this is just rumor and speculation, talk for way off in the distance. But yeah, that's probably the biggest toy news that's not directly related to the manufacturing of new product or the announcement of new product. So, and as far as product reveals this week, on the Star Wars front, we did have another Mando Monday or whatever they call it, that they dropped a Black Series Mandalorian Commander. So that would fit in with the recent Mandalorian TV series on Disney+. They announced the vintage collection style speeder bike with Grogu from season 1 of The Mandalorian. That's pretty cool. That speeder biker, the most hated man at one point. I remember watching season 1 of The Mandalorian and those two speeder bike dudes. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched The Mandalorian and you are interested, you just go watch it if you're interested. So they have Grogu, he's captured. And when that biker scout smacked him, there was a collective, like the most lovable character in Star Wars at this point, getting smacked hard by a speeder biker. That was not good. He's probably the most hated person in the Star Wars universe, at least for that moment. But yeah, so they're making that figure with a speeder bike with Grogu and a satchel. So that's pretty cool. And then they announced a Black Series Elite FX, whatever they call it, Yoda lightsaber. So for those of you that are interested in that, those are all up for pre-order right now on Hasbro Pulse and your favorite toy resellers. So be on the lookout for those. I'm assuming they're probably going to drop before Christmas time. I haven't looked. I'm personally not going to be getting any of them. Nothing huge to draw me in there, but it's there. So for your Star Wars news. Big news on the Masters of the Universe Origins front. Yesterday, the 28th, was the official day that the Masters of the Universe Origins Snake Mountain dropped at Entertainment Earth. So you were able to go over to Entertainment Earth, pick up one. It did show on Amazon a day or two earlier, which I did purchase one off of Amazon. And then I also purchased one off of Entertainment Earth. And the big news I saw around that was, well, if you get it from Entertainment Earth, it's going to cost you $40 to ship it. Amazon's free. Big Bad Toy Store's free. And that's true. Or Big Bad Toy Store's $4. That is true. But I'm going to cut you all in. 350 subscribers. Thank you so much, by the way. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm doing a 500 subscriber giveaway. And I've added more prizes to it. I'm not going to reveal what they are. But right now, remember, G.I. Joe Classified Crimson Guard retro figure, Crimson Guard bat, and at least 2 more. So I'm going to give out, you know what, I'll tell you right here. 500 subscribers, going to give away 5 things. Don't know what the other 3 are yet. I've got a whole bunch of stuff right back in here. Plenty of cool stuff to give away. Plenty of cool stuff. So hit the subscribe button, like this video. Back at it though. So yes, you can buy it from Entertainment Earth, pay your, it's like $30 shipping, not going to lie. It's expensive. And you can't change it other than to make it get to you quicker. It's a $30 flat fee, I believe, somewhere right around $29-$30. You know, a lot of people are like, well, you can get it free from Amazon, or you can get it free, or $4 shipping from Big Bad Toy Store, or yada, yada, yada. You can get it through Mattel Creations. And that's true. You can. But I'm going to let you in on a secret. Entertainment Earth has a special relationship with Mattel. They get their own shipments specifically for them, separate of other retailers. And what do I mean by that? I mean, if you want to do a quick Google search, or if you've ever ordered cases from Entertainment Earth of Motu Origins figures or Masterverse, when you get that shipper box, the same thing they pull off the ships from China, that box says Entertainment Earth, and then, you know, Motu Origins, whatever this figure assortment is. Entertainment Earth has a special relationship where they get their product separate from most other retailers and e-tailers. So what's that mean? That means they're going to get theirs early. Now, you heard it here first, and I would bet a working man's wage of $5, just kidding, I'm not even going to bet $5, that Entertainment Earth will get Snake Mountain before the Walmarts, before the Targets, before the Big Bad Toy Stores, before Mattel Creations even, probably. They will have them first. There is no reason that Entertainment Earth does a special announcement saying, hey, Snake Mountain's coming to us on this day, pre-order with us, and then not to get it. And to add to that, like I said, I ordered 2, one through Entertainment Earth, and one when the Amazon link was available. I got the Amazon one first. And it said it was going to be, I don't remember. It wasn't August. I think it was later, but I could be wrong. They changed the date to later. Actually, I think it doesn't even have a date right now. It changed from what it was yesterday. I got an email that said, hey, the order date has changed. We're sorry about this. If you want to cancel it, that's fine. If not, leave it how it is. And when I clicked on the link, there was no like ship by date, and it said unavailable. So buyer beware. If you want to know that you're going to get it, and I'm not a shill for Entertainment Earth. I get nothing from them. Matter of fact, most of my stuff doesn't even come from Entertainment Earth. But I know in this case, if you want Snake Mountain first, short of going to China or Hong Kong or somewhere over on the east side of the world, if you want it first in the U.S. from a U.S. distributor, Entertainment Earth is going to have it first. So, again, I'm not a shill for them. They just have a special working relationship with Mattel, and they're going to get it. They're going to get their own shipment of it way before anybody else. And if they don't, then hey, come back here and say, Mark, you're an idiot. And I'll say, I already knew that. But that being said, let's keep moving. And have some more coffee. Something made a big noise back there. Not sure what's going on. Let's see. Other news that's going on as far as figure reviews. Figures for me this week, I've gotten a lot of figures in this week. But we'll talk about that in a minute. As far as, let's go to G.I. Joe, because I have heard more rumblings that there are more and more of the Target exclusive Dusty and Crimson Guard, Python Crimson Guard, Python Patrol Crimson Guard. These names are just getting ridiculous. Jeez, I can't talk today. And they are coming, more people are finding them. They're showing up on eBay as being within the States. And all that really tells me is that you're not going to have a hard time finding these. Now, I've made it known on this channel with my reviews and with just, Coffee and Toys that I'm a sub-team guy. I'm not going to necessarily get the primary of a figure if there's a sub-team version available. Because A, I don't want to have two characters. And B, in most cases, I actually kind of prefer the sub-team characters more anyway. In the 80s, it was easier to find sub-team people because I probably missed, Tiger Force Flint versus Flint is a good example. Didn't find Flint ever, never saw him in the stores, but saw Tiger Force Flint everywhere. Same for later, Python Patrols, and I guess that wasn't later, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, those are showing up. So if you're looking for them, they're going to be hitting Target soon. Don't worry about it. If it's anything like what we've seen with the previous Tiger Force and Python Patrol, you should be able to walk into your local toy store and find it. If you want, though, you can certainly go to Target.com right now and pre-order to your heart's desired. Let's see. So that's really all the G.I. Joe news I know about. I haven't heard anything. I know there's been some interviews with the G.I. Joe team that have been done. I don't know the real value of those because I haven't watched them. But I know that Hasbro keeps it pretty tight, keeps their teams pretty much under thumb with what they can and can't say. So I can't imagine it being anything too new. Maybe there's some more about the process. So certainly if you like that kind of stuff, hit them up. I'm sure you'll find it very interesting. Speaking of interesting, it'd be really cool if you hit the like button right now before we dive into the next piece of news, and hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. It helps out the channel. That being said, I was reading an interesting article about with Hasbro and Magic the Gathering cards evidently leaking to a individual who posted on social media or YouTube or something saying, hey, I got these cards, don't know how I got them, or I purchased them through legitimate means, and evidently they haven't been released yet. And the Pinkertons, basically people hired by Hasbro, showed up at this individual's doorstep and said, hey, you need to give those to us. You weren't supposed to have those, yada, yada, yada. You're going to be in big trouble if you do. I'm not a legal expert, but I know without a warrant, you can't do anything. Essentially what it sounds like are these folks from Hasbro are just glorified, bullies. Trying to strong arm an individual. Again, I don't know all the details. It's out there if you want to read about it. I just figured I'd share it. But I know if I was in a position where, let's say I got a new G.I. Joe figure from Hasbro, or that was produced by Hasbro, and I bought it through legitimate means, through a legitimate website, and whether it's the one I bought or whether it was one that wasn't released yet and I bought it anyway and I got it, if Hasbro sent some goon squad after me, I would just politely say, do you have a warrant? No? Then good day to you, and I would close the door. The fact that Hasbro does stuff like this is beyond ridiculous. Now, I don't know. I know Magic the Gathering has a huge following, but I don't see the point in that. I mean, what did Hasbro have to lose? I mean, I don't know. In any situation, stuff leaks from factories in China all the time. Whether it's obtained legally, illegally, stuff leaks all the time. I don't know what the point is now of sending goon squads out to try to strong arm people. Come on, Hasbro, you can do better. You're already a corporate company. People inherently probably don't like you. So don't do things that are going to put bad optics. I mean, just don't. Man. Coffee is now starting to get cold. Let's see. Other interesting news bits of the week. It's been kind of outside those major announcements, nothing's grabbed my interest. What grabs your interest? Because I really want to know. I want to make sure I tailor the channel to what you guys want to hear, what you guys want to talk about. I love doing figure reviews. So if you haven't seen my figure reviews for the week, we reviewed King Hiss from the Origins line, Spin Masters, The Flash movie series, Batmobile, Flash, and 1989 Batman. Reviewed that, which I'm very excited for this movie. I'm excited just for Michael Keaton because that's going to be so awesome. Again, I've said before, that's my Batman, so that's why I actually picked up some of the Spin Master toys. Cool toys. I mean, I think it was like $30, something like that. The Batmobile with Flash and Michael Keaton's Batman. And it was really cool. And now my son plays with it. He's just racing it down the hallway. He's already figured out how to open up the canopy, put Batman in, put Batman out, and then roll it down the floor. So it's a durable toy. It's hit the wall many times and been dropped many times and hasn't snapped anywhere yet. So that's my father review of a toy you can give your toddler that won't immediately break. But yeah, those are some cool toys coming out. 4-inch, scale, 3 3/4, 4-inch scale. So they line up well with G.I. Joes and whatnot. So if you haven't seen that review, check it out. Let's see, what other toys have I gotten this week? Oh, geez. I've got so many and I haven't reviewed and I need to get to them. There's just like, where's the time? I haven't really hit any stores this week that I've seen. I went to Walmart this morning to buy some miscellaneous groceries and nothing particularly catching my eye. My Walmart is not the best. It's funny, my Walmart's not the best at stocking a lot of stuff, like keeping up on toys and stuff. But if I drive an extra 10 minutes to the east, the Walmart in this much smaller town than the one I live in is always just chock full of new toys, new product. I mean, like shelves are full. I don't know who buys these things. I really think I'm the only person that ever buys any toys from that place because I never see anybody in the toy aisle. But it's always stocked with toys. Golly, yeah, I remember the last time I went there, they had that entire the Flash Spin Masters wave, everything. I mean, like 3 pegs all the way deep of single figures, vehicles, etc., etc. Wrestling figures, they always have a lot of. But it's so funny that smaller Walmart in a smaller town has more product more often than the town I live in, which is vastly larger. I mean, I think my town has like 4 Walmarts or something crazy. There's 4 Walmarts in a 10-mile radius. Maybe more. Maybe there might be more Walmarts. But just funny how this one, if I ever really want something, I just go to that Walmart. Because I'm like, I bet I can walk in and just pick it right off the shelves. And more often than not, I can. Is it like that for you guys? For those of you that maybe travel more or live in a bigger city and have a lot of more options, what's it like? Do you have like a special place you go to find toys? I'm not saying you have to like give locations and stuff like that. I get it, but it's just interesting that kind of thing works out. And the folks of you that live in like small towns, does your Walmart stay up to date or your Target stay up to date on figure releases? I'd be interested in knowing. Drop me a comment. Let me know. Be interesting to talk about that sometime. What else do we have going on? I'm looking at got just a King Hiss head laying over here. But yeah, big things coming to the channel. Like I said, we're going to be known as Coffee and Toys from now on. Make sure to check us out once we get on social media. It's happening soon. I'll give more details in probably the next week or so. And with that, I think I'm going to let you go. I think I'm going to go finish my coffee. Not related to toys or anything, but Star Wars Jedi Survivor did drop this week. I picked it up. Briefly have played through Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and for some reason I have to think really hard when I say that because I keep wanting to call it Jedi Fallen Order, even though that's the last game. Can't say I'm a huge fan of the game right now. It's getting better. I don't know if I'm just getting older. Well, I am getting older, but I don't know if I'm playing it, and I spent, spoiler alert, going to talk about the game. Nothing huge spoiler, but going to talk about 3, 2, 1. Okay. You get to a point in the game, and there's a Rancor you have to fight. And I don't know, maybe I'm just really, really bad at games, but I spent close to an hour trying to beat this Rancor. No internet help, no anything, just spawn, go fight it, die. Spawn, go fight it, die. And I was doing this last night after my son went to sleep, and my wife was at work, and I got so mad because my goal was generally during the week after my son goes to bed, before my wife comes home from work, is kind of my time to do whatever. I normally just read books, or I play video games, or I watch old wrestling matches or some movie, whatever. But I was like, I've got this much time to play this game because I'm not going to have any time this weekend really to play it. Maybe an hour on Sunday, but I'm not going to have much time, so I'm going to really get through it tonight. And I got stuck on this damn Rancor, and I kept fighting him, and I couldn't beat him. Couldn't beat the Rancor. I finally did beat him after about an hour. Oh. So yeah, I don't know if I'm just getting worse at video games as I get older, or if it's actually just legitimately hard. Now, I don't play on the easy settings. I played the second hardest setting. I can't remember what that's called. If it's called Jedi Master or whatever it's called. But it's the second hardest mode. I want it to be a little bit of a challenge, but at the same time, maybe I should knock it up to an easier level. If I can't beat a Rancor in the first couple hours of the game, then it doesn't bode well for me. But whatever. So yeah, Jedi Survivor's out. If you're playing it, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about it. Otherwise, I'm going to finish my coffee. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And if you could, once again, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. Are you playing Jedi Survivor? What video games are you guys playing? What video games do you like? Maybe we'll branch out into that as well. But yeah, otherwise, take it easy.